Hello my friends. It's been a whole week since my last video and I'm happy to tell you guys that my weighing scale is showing now 86 kilograms, so 3.5 kilograms disappeared. Of course, a big part of it was food that was fulfilling my stomach, but it's more than obvious that we are observing progress here in those first 12 days since I've started my diet regime and trainings. If you want to know what's the secret behind that 3.5 kilogram disappearing, please stick around and watch this video to the end. Remember to subscribe and most importantly, hit that notification bell. Like the video and share it, of course, with all people who are struggling with their weight right now, because they will find loads of valuable information here. And just to remind you, my plan is to lose 16 kilograms in a year time. So the fact that I lost 3.5 kilograms in 12 days doesn't mean I'll be losing 3.5 kilograms every next 12 days. It doesn't work like that. Also remember, it's not really about that weighing scale. It's only general indicator what is happening in your body. Even if I would weigh myself and weighing scale would show 90 kilograms, I would know I lost fat anyway, and I must have gained muscles instead, because I followed strict diet in last 2 weeks and I was exercising, so don't let kilograms fool you. Sometimes you can gain weight, but still you will lose fat, because it's not the same. I was not actually weighing myself for over a week because I know from experience it's irrelevant, especially in short-term periods of time. Keep that in mind. Quick disclaimer, of course, before starting the video, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert on diet or trainings, so whatever you will see or hear in this video, treat as entertainment only. Or inspiration to start a change, but please don't follow what I do, because I'm only learning here myself. For proper advice, go to people and institutions that are experts in those fields. By the way, let me know in the comments if you have already started your diet and training and at what stage you are. I'll be happy to listen what is your story. In this video, I'll let you know how I felt in the last few days and if I was hungry at all, what exercises I was doing, and trust me, they are very easy exercises and I barely sweat when I do them. It doesn't really take much effort to do them. I'll tell you also how my diet looked like this week, and at the end of the video I'll share with you what kept me motivated, so be sure to watch the video to the end. Besides that, there are a few general thoughts and ideas that I want to tell you at the end as well. So how I felt this week, I would say very good in general. I was a bit stressed a week ago since I was trying to make this YouTube channel work. Obviously it's recording, editing, etc. And it's not easy when you have small child in the house. So I was doing my best to take care of my family in the first place, but clearly that was not leaving too much time for YouTube. So I'll be not lying to you, I was stressed for one whole day about it, because I knew that if I'll not do what I want during the weekend, then I'll surely not have time during the week. Eventually I managed to do what I wanted to do and stress disappeared and got really happy in the end actually. Later on in the week, a bit of work related stress hit me pretty hard and it was sitting in my head probably for almost 3 days. So my diet or training was not really making me feel stressed or anything, it was just life that did it. Of course, maybe it's contributing tiny bit in stress levels when you get less calories that your body wish to get, but I really didn't feel that way. On one of the days there was a bit of anxiety too, but I have no doubt the reason behind it was me going to sleep far too late. What I solved, of course, with going to bed much earlier the next day. I would say I feel great, and I will not lie to you, there is a huge satisfaction from the fact that I follow the plan that I came up with 2 weeks ago. It's really great feeling. Was I hungry in the last few days? Of course I was. To be honest, one of the main problems was that I totally forgot what hunger means. I was all the time eating in recent months and I was never hungry. And now with pretty limited food, I eat, of course, I was very hungry, but it was not mad hunger, and basically it was really easy to beat it with an apple, banana, or a tomato. Funny thing is that usually after having my 6 p.m. meal, I was already starting to think about breakfast. I was not thinking about eating because I kind of used to the fact that I can't, but I started to wait for mornings and dinners too. I find it pretty funny. But it was just a quick thought usually, and then I was forgetting about it. Again, in general, I feel great. I don't feel sad, depressed, overwhelmed. Quite opposite. I sense more energy, joy, happiness. I can see it's better. Of course, my mood is changing all the time, and when I think about it, there were those moments of crankiness I had caused with hunger, probably, but it's a really early stage, and they will be history shortly. And now my little training, my exercises. I'm not really comfortable in presenting you exercises I do. I don't think I look good enough to do that. They are really basic ones, and you might not believe me, but they really don't cost me much effort. Maybe I should put more heart into them, but I'm just too sweat-proof for that. I honestly barely sweat when doing them. I'm never out of breath, nothing like that. It's really not far from walking in terms of effort. Again, not saying that's good, but I did that before and it worked. So I know it will work for me this time again. Of course, I hope to do more in future, but there's also reality around me. There's family life, little kid, work, etc. I prefer to be honest with myself and aim a bit lower right now instead of putting ginormous pressure on myself like I would be some professional athlete with scholarship and no responsibilities, because then it would just end up with me quitting shortly. So I think that's the piece of good advice for you guys too. Don't aim too high if you are in similar position like myself. Better do too little than trying to move mountains and get totally discouraged and quit. So I only do 3 exercises. It's push-ups, just over 30. Then I do squats, just over 32. And last exercise I do is to build my abs and relax my spine. I basically lie down on the mat and I raise my legs up. I do 30 repetitions like that. I do this exercise instead of traditional crunches because of my back problems. When I do traditional crunches, my back hurts. And when I do legs lifting while lying on the mat, I think it's actually helping my back. It's releasing the tension in the spine. I'm not a doctor, but that's what I've noticed. Plus, it helps to build stronger abs. So I repeat every exercise 30 times, and I do that 5 times. So basically I do 150 repetitions of each exercise. On some days it happened that I was not able to do as many, so I made few less. But I must say I see I'm getting stronger already, because yesterday with push-ups I was making closer to 40 in each series. Of course, we are all different. Those are the numbers I'm comfortable with. But for someone else, 10 maybe would be a lot. And that's fine. It's all about moving the body. And day by day, it will slowly grow stronger. Oh, and there's basically no muscle pain in that week. So body adapted already to the level of that exercise. How often I train? So far, it looks like I train for 2 days and then I have a day of break. If I will have enough power to do 3 days in a row, I will, of course. Right now I kind of listen what my body is telling me, and it feels like I simply need a break every 2 days. And now time for my diet from last week. So for my breakfast, 9 o'clock breakfast, I have tea, no sugar of course, vitamins, and one of the following. Most days it was toast with ham, no butter, but I also once had medium-sized pancake instead. On other days toast with cottage cheese, on Sunday 3 boiled eggs, and on one day I had a can of fish in tomato sauce. So breakfast is pretty small, but that type of breakfast I have since years. Later, between breakfast and lunch, I usually have apple and banana and a yogurt. It happened that I had a pancake instead of yogurt. We just had too many pancakes made in the house, to be honest. Sometimes I have yogurt later in a day. I also introduced red pepper recently, so I often have during the day a small bit of it at random times. For lunch, which I call dinner, I try to have small portions, like half or 1/3 of what I usually have. This week it's been, for example, rice with goulash, broccoli with peas and meatball, pasta and meatball, broccoli with meat, potatoes and meat, and also dumplings with fried fish. The key thing here is to have small portions. I basically aim to have a half bag of rice and a piece of meat. That's my ideal lunch. But obviously what I get depends on what the whole family have for lunch. If the portion I got was too big, I was halving it, and the rest I had later during the day or as a 6 p.m. meal. In the afternoon, I usually have more fruits. Usually it's like 2 apples and banana. Sometimes it's tomato instead. I had some mandarins too. And later there's that 6 p.m. meal. It's usually always something else. One day I had bagel with butter and ham. For 3 days I had mackerel fish, fish in tomato sauce from Cannes. Second half of dinner had 2 sandwiches also with egg pasta. It's just whatever I feel in the mood for a particular day. Some of the things I have are not healthy, obviously, and they are not my first choice, but since I know at the end of the day I will not intake regular amount of calories anyway, so I'm not worrying too much about it. Plus, in order to maintain mental health, one need to eat from time to time something different, even unhealthy. I had also a donut this week since there was that special occasion. One donut will not change anything here. I had also a piece of poppy cake and even those Chinese noodles. One thing I have regrets about are ice creams. I had a good few of them in the last few days, basically 5 within the last 7 days. They are small, but still. Of course, they will also not change anything in my overall diet. I think I need them for my mentioned mental health. We all know people eat a lot of ice creams when some drama hits their lives. It could be similar story here, and by drama I mean the diet. I'm a big fan of ice creams in general, and basically eat them all year long. I think they are almost gone from the fridge, so I should be safe when they will be gone. I think probably I gained sugar from those ice creams, sugar that I basically quit recently. And of course I drink a lot during the day. Initially it was almost half tea and water, but I see it's close to 90% tea now, which is strange because I like taste of water better than tea. You also have that funny feeling in your mouth after tea. My theory is I get caffeine and thein from tea. Probably I introduced green tea those days, though the ones I had in the past did taste horribly, so not sure if I really want it. I think green tea can give me extra energy. I'm not complaining about my energy levels, but surely I could do more and be more productive if I could drink green tea. Of course, my diet needs a lot of work. It's still a mess. It's still a beginning. Hopefully this weekend I'll manage to buy some healthier food like nuts, for example, and we'll have them in the house when needed. I have tons of articles and some knowledge about healthy food. I just didn't care about that for the last while. Of course, I'll be very grateful if you'll point out in comments below what is missing in my diet, what you recommend to add it. And as promised, I wanted to tell you guys what motivates me to keep that diet and training going. The answer is very simple. It's you, this YouTube channel. Without those eyes looking what I'm doing, I would probably quit already, because of course it's not easy. And right now I really don't have any other motivation that would be strong enough to achieve something like this. Maybe with time all that will become my new nature and I will not need this sort of motivation, though I doubt. So I will continue this channel as long as possible. And no worries, I have so much to talk about that I'm not worrying that I will run out of material. Of course, I can't imagine every person wanting to lose weight to run YouTube channel. It's obviously working for me since I wanted to do YouTube channel anyway. You guys, you need to look deep down into yourselves to figure out what would be the biggest motivation for you. It might be a really hard task to do because, to be honest, if not this channel, I have no clue what else could help me. Would be great actually, guys, if you could type in comments what are your motivations. That could maybe help me and others, because maybe there are things that I'm not able to imagine and think about. Before, I told you I was buying books as rewards for completed weeks of diet and trainings, and that was working really well for me for a good few months. In coming weeks, I'll be trying to learn as much as possible about motivation, since this is the most important part of this game. Without that, nothing's gonna happen. At the end of the video, I just wanted to add a few general thoughts I had this week. Number one, don't be freak, and when there's some sort of occasion, forget about your diet and eat normal way. You don't need to diet always and everywhere. If you go crazy one day, it will not affect your diet at all. That's why I had donut, because it was special fest. I had those pancakes because they were made by a friend, so wanted to be nice. Same with those sandwiches with egg pasta. I had them to be nice. I like them, of course, but I wouldn't have them probably if not the fact that I don't want to be a diet freak, because there's no need for that. One or two treats here and there, and occasionally some regular big dinner, etc., will not affect anything. Number two, I hope to collaborate on future episodes with my friend who is expert on diet and training. I know he'll be able to advise me what I'm doing wrong right now, what I should try to change, etc. It's really exciting and can't wait when he will do that, when we will do that. It will bring this channel to another level. Number three, after making first episode, I was encouraged to think more about word fat. I'm calling myself fat, and I use this word in bad meaning. I think some people think this word should not be really used because it could hurt feelings of people who are overweight. I'm in the middle of processing that, and I will create surely episode dedicated to this issue only. Number five, in general, I wanted to tell you that you need to forget about the taste when dieting. But to be honest, I eat what I like, and I actually feel and appreciate taste more now. It's not like you need to quit everything. No, you can still eat everything. Just try to eat less. That's the whole secret. So you don't need to forget about the taste. Number six, if I wouldn't be able to train, I would still diet. And to be honest, I think the effects would be pretty similar in my case. Training will obviously make me more fit and surely more healthy, but good look and good weight you can achieve with diet. So technically you don't need to exercise at all. Number seven, it will take a while probably before I'll implement running, since I live in a place where it rains a lot and it's very windy. Obviously, when I'll go back to the gym, then it's not a problem. But otherwise, it depends on the weather. I'm not one of those who would run in the rain, wind, or cold. I only get being sick out of that, nothing else. Plus, in general, I didn't notice running helping me achieving better look. Main thing is diet, I think, at least in my case. And guys, that's all what I have for you today. From now on, next episodes will be more dedicated to particular subjects. Obviously, I'll be still updating you about my progress and changes I introduced. I hope you did enjoy this video. Be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell. Like and share it, and drop a comment below what you like or you didn't like about it. Can't wait to see you in the next episodes. Of course, guys, take care and see you in the next video.